While playing The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, do you ever see this a lot? Well, in this video, I'm going to go over some of the best tips and tricks for Breath of the Wild beginners that will help you defeat enemies, get out of tough situations, and others. Before we get started, make sure to click that subscribe button, and just to the right, click that bell to get updates on future videos. Thank you, and let's get started. Do you ever find yourself clicking on that plus button every time you want to change out your gear? Some gear like armor and materials are only accessible from the inventory menus, but all of your weapons actually have their own dedicated quick menus. If you press right on the D-pad, a quick menu will show for all of your attacking weapons. You can navigate this menu with the right stick or the triggers. It's a great way to switch out a weapon very fast to change for a stronger one, and can be very useful in tight situations. Left on the D-pad is bound to your shield menu, and holding ZR will completely change your D-pad inputs so that you can swap between different bows and arrow types. When it comes to combat in Breath of the Wild, there is a lot to learn about weapons, enemy tiers, and damage buffs, but that's all a topic for its own 10-minute video, so instead I'm just going to teach some basic tricks. As you progress through the game, enemies will change color, so your regular 3-hit Bokoblin might change into a blue Bokoblin as you progress through the story, or playing on Master Mode, so be careful of not getting outwitted by the game. There's also a weapon durability system, where after a certain amount of hits, your weapon will break and you will be forced to use a different one. So be careful not to break all of your weapons on a high-tier enemy that you can't defeat with your current arsenal. Guardians fall into their own category. They are tanky and can do a lot of damage. The best way to fight them is to use your shield parry to bounce their beam back at them. The timing can be tricky, but once you get it once, you'll never forget it. You can also shoot them or any other enemy with an ancient arrow to get a certified one-shot as long as you hit them in the eye. And the last thing is, don't be afraid to run away from a fight. Fleeing is a better option than wasting all of your weapons and dying. As you go on your adventure, try to pick up as many materials as you can. Some can heal you, some can be sold to make rupees, and some are great to cook. But don't make the mistake of eating very good raw materials without cooking them, like anything with hearty at the start of the name. If you find a cooking pot around the map, you can use it to throw some materials in and make a nice dish. If you cook anything with hearty in its name, by itself, you'll make a full restore dish that also adds extra yellow hearts, which are non-permanent hearts that will disappear after you use them to take damage. Other materials can be used to make elixirs, but that's a whole other topic. Another good tip is that if you go to your inventory and look at your meals, you can click the recipe button and view what materials make that meal, so you won't forget as long as you keep a meal with you. Just be careful to not cook too many materials, or else you'll make dubious food, which barely heals anything at all. When you are exploring the large map of Breath of the Wild, you should talk to anyone with a red exclamation above their head. These people have side quests for you to do, and you can get rewards like money or items. On your way to various areas you need to go, you should activate as many shrines as you can, so you can get spirit orbs to exchange for new heart containers or stamina vessels at any goddess statue. Also remember that if you activate the stone in front of the shrine, you can still teleport to it, so you don't have to finish it right away when you find it. Around the map, there are also a whopping 900 Korok seeds for you to find. They can be traded for new inventory slots to store weapons, shields, and bows. If you ever want to upgrade, you can find Hestu in a few different locations, and he will upgrade your inventory. Remember, when playing Breath of the Wild, you can do anything you want, any way you want. It's your adventure, so don't get caught up in the story or what other people tell you to do. Just play however you want. You can focus on the story, getting armor, mastering the combat, or just run around the game and have fun. Explore how you want to, and don't be afraid to collect a few game overs. In the end, you only will learn from your mistakes and get better. Most importantly, you should just play one of the best games ever,